And this segment of Inside Workforce Development is sponsored by Motlow State Community College. And this is what we are talking about, the education and preparing folks for these in-demand careers. And we're talking now with Walter Bowles and Fred Rasco. And Fred, tell us about what Motlow State is doing and the emphasis that institution is putting on this particular degree here.
Wonderful. We have started a mechatronics program. We started in 2010 with the program, and we have 2 levels of certification and degrees. We have a basic level where a student can come in and take 4 courses in mechatronics and get a basic certification or a basic certificate in mechatronics. And one of the things we've done is we partnered with Siemens Technical Academy in Berlin so that our students, as they come in, they can get a degree from Motlow. They can also get an international certification in level 1 that's world-renowned, world-known. The testing that our students take, the exams, are the same ones they take in Singapore or in South Africa or in Europe. It's the same exact. So it does benchmark our students with the world. And we have a very high success rate, and I'm really pleased with that. Of course, but Motlow has the level 1, which is that, and we have a level 2, which is an engineering technology certificate degree, where if the student wants to continue on from level 1 and says, I have a real interest and I want to go get a 2-year degree, they can take what they've learned in level 1 and go on into level 2 and get a 2-year degree and go out to work as an engineering technician, where you learn design, learn how to aid in installation, and do some really heavy programming in PLC. We developed that with the industry. Industry came to us and said, we need some help with the newer technologies we have. Could you please help us? And so Motlow, together with industry and with the government, developed this program. We started in McMinnville, but we've quickly came to Rutherford County and elsewhere, and so it's working really well. We've got programs with high schools now too, where in the high school, where we've reached out to high schools, and a high school student can get a level 1 certificate from Motlow while they're still in high school. When they get their diploma, they also will have their certificate in mechatronics, and they can choose, they can go out to work as in industry at that point with that certificate, or they can say, I want to go on to Motlow. So it's a great avenue. So I love how we have done that.
And how is it differing from the 2-year institution to a 4-year institution like MTSU? Do they kind of interchange, or how are you working the students through that program?
We do have a articulation agreement. So those students can come after their 2-year degree at Motlow, can come directly to MTSU and finish in 2 more years to get a BS in mechatronics engineering. We also offer them the opportunity to take the level 3 mechatronics certification test, which is an engineering design certification. Our students that recently took it, 15 out of 16 passed the test, but it's a 2-part test. One is a test that you take online that Siemens monitors out of Germany. The other one is that we send over the students' capstone design projects for Siemens to look at and evaluate. And like I said, 15 out of 16 passed. And from what I understand, they more or less passed with flying colors. So we're very proud of that.
From what I'm hearing here, it's almost a customizable kind of degree and industry to get into. You can study and get as many certificates as you want, or you can just go in and start at the bottom and work your way up at that point. You can
enter and exit at the various points, and that's the beauty of the program that we have, because it really is tailored to the student and how far the student wishes to go. You can have traditional or non-traditional students. A non-traditional been out working for a while and decides, hey, I need to get some education to help my career, and help me better provide for my family. And so they can come in and get a level 1 and 2 and go out and obtain a position with companies around here, or they can decide to go on and get a level 3. I think it's an absolute wonderful win for our area to have this. For instance, give you an anecdotal, with Oakland High School, they have it on site, you know, the mechatronics on site. And so a student at Oakland can go and get their certificate, as I mentioned before, and after they get their certificate, when they graduate from high school, they can go work for the companies around here, or they can go to Motlow or to MTSU and just, you know, take whatever education they want. So it's so seamless and it's embedded, and I think it's a great program to look at for others. People should emulate that because
Sure.
it's a very successful program.
And Walter, how critical is it getting in those high schools and getting students interested at a young age so they can see that as a possible career and something to go study further on?
I think it's very critical because, as I understand it, somewhere about the 8th grade, a lot of students have to determine what track they're going to take in high school. The Manufacturers Leadership Council in Rutherford County is made up of a group of industry leaders who got together about 5 years ago to try to tackle some of their common problems. And it only took about 3 meetings until they found the number one problem is finding enough people with the right education and training. So ever since then, they've been concentrating mostly on mechatronics. As a result, several things have happened. They've promoted this portability between certifications to go from the high school to a 2-year school to a 4-year school. We're also having a what we call a career day in Rutherford County.
Okay.
Every year, where we'll probably have 1,500 8th graders, and we'll probably have another 1,000 or so 12th graders that will come to the career fair, where companies will have booths where the students can come up and ask questions about what type of career can I have with your company. And we'll probably have 50 or 60 companies there.
Great.
So that's going to happen every year from now on. The Manufacturer Leadership Council are dedicated to this education for students to go into advanced manufacturing. But it's not just manufacturing. As Fred talked about a little bit ago, students can go to work for Imagineering, Walt Disney World.
Wow.
With all
So there's
the
a lot of
automation,
different options out
with
there.
all the automation they have, anywhere there's automation, these students can go to work.
All right. Well, there's a lot of places for them to work, but how much money can you make at a career like this in so many different levels? We'll talk about that and much more when we come back.
Wow.